what is one daily spiritual habit that keeps you grounded and aligned? Who would like to share?
Um, there are so many. It's so hard to choose just one. I just alluded to a daily meditation, but what just really jumped in strongly is every day to make love every day, make love with your beloved, make love with nature, make love with your work, make love with the words that you speak to the world. Um, as I work with my couples in the Rising Couples program, so much of the challenge is that they've they've lost along the way in the intensity of life and parenting and finances and death and illness, is the sheer innocence of just knowing, feeling, recognizing that we're living in this garden of paradise. Moment by moment, we're fully immersed in the Garden of Eden. And when we both figuratively and literally make love to life, we're fully engaged in the sensuality of our beingness and how we exchange that beingness with the world around us. What we're all talking about energy here, and I'm a qigong practitioner, so and we know everything is energy. Nikola Tesla reminded us, of course, that everything is energy, frequency, vibration. But when we're exuding the vibration of love in a very literal sense by making love, which requires action, there's a being in love, but there's the call to make love or to amplify love. And as we do that, as we cultivate that energy, it circulates, it ripples out, it comes back in, it boomerangs in this beautiful way. And if we allow ourselves to move in the flow of that sensual interconnectedness with life, then we just inherently create a beautiful space for everyone who comes into our sphere of influence. So I would encourage myself, but also all just to look to those places where you can make love in the world, and it will be felt. It will be a very real felt sense and energy by others.
Yeah, Stephen.
I'm happy to go. So in the morning when I first wake up, and this comes from Ken Caputo, he's a friend. He's has grown through the area of martial arts. He also does a lot of athletic work. He does those Mudman runs in the triathlons and things like that. But he's also been very successful in building a community-centered business that serves not only the community but elevates the teachers. It's to help people find their passion. He created a space for them to then teach that passion to the world. And he also has an area called Life Spiral and things like that. But what he taught me was, when you first wake in the morning, before you start your prayer, before you start your meditation, take note of that energetic space that you're in, how your body is, how your mind is, where you are at in that moment of the day when you first wake and you first notice it.
Mm-hmm.
By noticing that place of energy, that place of being, you can always come back to that at any time during the day. So if something pulls you out of that calm or that peace, then you can remember and you can come back to where you started. And that energy point will fluctuate throughout the weeks. Sometimes you'll wake up and you're a little more tense or stressed. Sometimes you're more relaxed and more at peace. And so that will fluctuate, but that is always your go-to for the day. That if anything gets out of balance, you can always come back to that point. And then over time you can practice that. So it's in effect, it's teaching emotional regulation. It's realizing that at any time during the day, we can come back to the place that we want to be with intention and with practice. So that is what came up for me.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Diana.